So I'm Kerry Francis and I currently am at AIG and I work as the VP Talent Management and I look after the global functions across AIG currently. So I joined AIG in May 2010. You can imagine our context at the time when we were talking about this. We were still owned by the government. And what our management team, our leadership team was mandating was that we were going to continue to manage the company as we weren't owned by the government. We would be giving salary increases and giving bonuses. And to do that, we had to be able to show we were differentiating performance. We were really differentiating between our higher performers and our lower performers. So that brought in the forced distribution concept. We had a very strong mandate that we had to deliver this new performance management approach of forced distribution by the end of the year so that we could present to the board and then the board could present to the government. So non-negotiable on the deadline. So some of the companies were used to doing a very rigorous process and were very good, in fact pockets of excellence as I call it, and some parts of the organisation hadn't had a performance management appraisal system at all. But the overall anecdotal statement is that 80% of the population who had done performance management rated themselves as a 2. On our scale, 1 is high and 5 is low. So that was the biggest challenge for me, was overcoming the legacy of the varied landscape across AIG. The first thing was really be very clear about what the non-negotiables were, because it was obvious that we couldn't fix everything, and so we had to be very clear about what we were going to focus on. The second was something we stumbled into, which was clear and very transparent communication. And I think everybody would want to be clear, but the transparency came because our data didn't allow us to differentiate our managers from our employees. So we ended up having to have a very transparent, open communication approach because we weren't clear as to who would be in the population audience. So that has proved to be something that we continue to do today. The third one really is this recognizing that we're on a journey and that we couldn't fix everything overnight and we couldn't fix anything in the day, in that time frame. And so whenever we communicated, we said, this is where we are, this is where we're going, and we're not going to get there overnight. What it's really done for the organisation is introduce the culture of giving feedback. I think you need to continue to reinforce the importance of giving feedback continually and not just one time a year. I think what it did when we started the programme initially was recognise the need to give feedback at the year end, and what we're doing now is trying to enforce a culture where it's not just once a year, it's continual. So that's really where we're trying to get to now, is the fact that it shouldn't be linked into an event, it should be part of our normal management disciplines.